Good afternoon, everyone. Romney Smith at WTOC for The News Now. This is where we bring you quick updates of stories that we're working on for you right now. We're on a lot of different platforms, and so we thank you so much for giving us just a few minutes of your afternoon. We're going to start with an investigation into not one, not two, but 3 local school boards that WTOC investigative reporter Elizabeth Rollins has been working on for quite a bit. Here's a preview of her story.
Elizabeth Rollins here in the WTOC newsroom today. I'm working on an investigation that's airing at 6 o'clock. We're looking at the 3 school districts here in the Coastal Empire that are still under the microscope of Advanced Ed. That includes Savannah-Chatham County Public School Systems. We're hearing for the first time from the state school superintendent, Richard Woods. That investigation airs tonight at 6.
And our Sean Evans is working on a couple of stories stemming out of City Commission. Here's a look at what he's got.
I'm working on a story right now for you today in Chatham County Court where a woman is on trial. Beginning today, she's charged with malice and felony murder. The catch here is, though, she's been out on bond for about a year now. The Georgia law states that the person has to be indicted within 90 days if charged with a felony. She wasn't. So again, she's been out on bond for about a year now. So again, this trial is starting up today. I'll have all the details ahead for you on WTOC News at 6.
We have some new video into WTOC from that horrific incident yesterday where 7 officers were shot and 1 unfortunately died. We now know that I-26 was completely shut down so that officers could escort Florence police officer Terrence Caraway's body away from the hospital to have an autopsy. Caraway served the department for 30 years. You know, yesterday when we first started reporting this, we had information about 4 officers, and later it was said to be 5, and then we finally found out it was 7. For those of you who are unfamiliar with the situation, the suspect who was taken into custody actually was firing from officers from above, from a balcony-like area, and because it was open fire and the police officers did not have any way to protect themselves, that's why so many of them were injured, until finally they had to use a police bulletproof vehicle to drive onto the property to get the bodies of the other officers who were injured and then take them to the hospital. So as you can see here, a large police processional taking the body of 30-year veteran officer Terrence Caraway away from the hospital so that he could have an autopsy. We're still working to learn a lot more information, including the names and genders of the other officers that were injured, as well as more information on the suspect himself. And of course, there are reports that kids may have been barricaded inside as well. Take a listen to why so much information is still left up to questions.
We understand that you want information and we want to give you as much as we have. Please understand that this is very early on in the investigation, and so there are not a lot of details that we can give you. We're not trying to keep anything from you. We will be as transparent as we can, but we want to maintain the integrity of the investigation so that it is done thoroughly.
As soon as we receive any more information on this situation, which we are closely following, we'll pass that along to you. And I see you guys on Facebook saying at least they got him in custody, and so heartbreaking, and that your thoughts and prayers are going to the family of the officer who died. I'm sure they appreciate that. All right, switching gears really quick, let's take a look at the hour-by-hour forecast on the WTOC First Alert weather app. It looks pretty nice right now, only a 10% chance of rain right now through the early evening. The sun will set and will still be kind of hot, 79 around 8 o'clock, and then we'll only dip into the low 70s, so not too bad right now. Of course, you can get that full forecast if you start watching the news starting at 4 o'clock with our chief meteorologist, Dave Turley. All right, guys, I always tell you to weigh in on Facebook. Say hi. Let me know where you're watching from. Ask a question. So I want to give a few moments to you guys. Laura Zeeb saying, God bless the family and his friends, speaking about the officer who passed away in Florence, South Carolina. Prayers to the department and their families. It's certainly a very emotional time. You know, these guys just went through Hurricane Florence, and now they're suffering another tragedy just weeks later. So certainly jarring for all involved in the department and their families and friends. So I'm sure they appreciate your thoughts and prayers. Barbie and Roe saying you have the best clothes. Thank you. They actually aren't mine. They're Rent the Runway because, you know, I can't afford all these dresses. I have a budget too, so I just rent my dresses. But thank you. I appreciate that. And then hello to Charlene Anchor Purvis, Vivian Nelson. Who is this with all the hashtags? Ruby Lewis saying good afternoon with a bunch more hashtags. We appreciate you watching. Thank you so much. All right, guys, that's all I have right now for you news-wise. Keep in mind, WTOC will start at 4 o'clock. We are the CBS affiliate in Savannah, Georgia. And you can always reach us online at WTOC.com, as well as our social media pages. I'll see you guys at 5 o'clock.